Hello YouTube, I'm doing a review on the Charbroil Electric Smoker. It's December the 26th. I just unwrapped this thing yesterday. My wife got it for me as a Christmas gift. I've been wanting a smoker for a while now. She's done a lot of research, and apparently if you want to get an electric smoker, this is the one to have. It's been going for a couple hours now. I've got a rack of ribs and a pork loin in there. I'm using the meat probe function. You can either set it for time or set it for temperature. You can't do both. So if you're using the meat probe function, you're going by temperature alone. This one is a deluxe model, I believe they call it. So it comes with a light and a remote control. The remote is actually in my house right now, which is pretty neat. I've got it sitting on the countertop of the kitchen. At any moment you can walk by and look. It will tell you the initial temperature that you set the probe to, and then it will tell you the actual temperature of the meat that you are checking. It's a very cool function. This is, like I said, my first smoker, so the smoke is rolling. I'm sure a good smoker, they're all going to do that, but I'm excited. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. The smell is just incredible. And hopefully, whenever this finishes up, being my first try, I'm hoping to end up with a good, at least edible piece of meat at the end. The preheat function, which is one of the main reasons I made the video, is a little confusing in the book. It tells you to hold down the temperature button until it flashes preheat. This is a little misleading because you actually will click the temperature function up until it reaches the max temperature of 275. After you click it one more time, it will actually go to pH. It'll say pH on the screen. Once it says pH, you click the temperature button again, and then it will enter its preheat cycle. This is so it can get the wood good and get it good up to temperature, get it smoking. That way when you put your meat in, you've already got a good smoke base to start with. The preheat cycle takes about 40 minutes. It will automatically lower the temperature back down. Then you put your meat in. Just make sure that when you preheat, you do preheat with the wood already in the box, as well as the water in the tray. I think the water is optional, but from everything I've read, if you want a good moist piece of meat, just fill the water to the max line and then add as needed. But thanks for checking out my review. I'll probably do a part 2 a little later when the meat is done, and tell you some things I learned from my very first time using this. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.